If broomstick lace had a dramatic twin, this would be her. She's elegant, she's textured, and she's just the right amount of extra. Meet the Twisted Broomstick Lace. So, tell me, are you a broomstick lace veteran, or is this your first time looping around the drama stick? Hey crochet friends, I'm Mo, your crochet companion. Today we're giving classic broomstick lace a little twist, literally. I'll show you how to get the sculpted dimensional look using just your hook, yarn, and one big old knitting needle. Oh, and don't forget your fingers. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you how to make the twisted loops on your broomstick base, how to twist an anchor without losing your tension, and how this twist changes the texture and drape of traditional broomstick lace. And finally, why this variation looks way more complex than it actually is. Okay, so first I wanted to kind of give you a little bit of, I guess you could say show and tell. So I kind of wanted to show the difference between the twisted and the regular broomstick. So I have 2 rows here that I've done the traditional broomstick lace. So that one and this one are the regular broomstick lace, and then we've got 2 variations of the twist. So here's one variation of the twist, and then here is the second one. And you'll be surprised that it's actually a lot easier than what you would expect. So I've actually got all of my loops already on my knitting needle. If you don't know how to do broomstick lace, excuse me, I do have a video out there that explains the basics of the broomstick lace and how to get it up on your hoop and all that stuff. So if you are wanting to watch that before you watch this one, I would go ahead and pause it and then come back to this once you have watched that. But in the meantime, so we've already got our loops on our hook, and you'll see in my original video I do show you a little bit of a variation of how to get the loops, or how to do it so that you don't lose your loops. And I was actually thinking about this the other day. The hot thought just popped in my head with the difference between hairpin lace and broomstick lace. So hairpin lace, you pretty much are crocheting the loops in place, and so you don't have to worry about whether you're going to lose your loop. You just have to worry about whether you actually remember to get all the loops in the same place. But this, with broomstick, if you actually don't do it right, you can lose your loop, and then you have to do it all over again, which is kind of frustrating. But I digress. We are actually going to go into this. So I am I'm made for rebellion. So I actually just pull all my loops off all at once. Yes, I know, scary, but it's satisfying to do that. I know, weird. But so how I keep the loops from going anywhere is that I'm very, very gentle, and especially with the first few loops, I don't want to touch too much of anything until I get the first few loops secure. So I'm actually going to take the first 3 loops on my hook, kind of set these aside, be very, very gentle in how you're handling them. So I've got my first 3 loops on the hook. You can do this with the hook, or you can do this with your fingers. I will do it with the hook just to start with. So I'm just going to twist my loops, and how that looks if you're just using your fingers. I actually slide those off the hook, and I just take them and twist them. Then I'm going to insert my hook back in there, hold that with my index finger while I grab the yarn behind that's attached to your ball, the working yarn. I'm going to grab that, and I'm going to secure it with a slip stitch and then a single crochet. I don't know why, but I always use single crochet when it comes to broomstick. So that's the first one. So because I did 3 loops, I'm going to do 3 single crochets. You can also use double crochet, half double crochet, any other one that you want. I just have a preference for single crochet. So now we're going to go to the next one, and the next one I find it actually to be easier since we're attached to this hook. So I'm going to set that down for a second. I'm going to take my next 3 loops and I'm going to just twist them. Pick my hook back up, insert my hook. And remember, the whole while, just be really gentle, because if you're not gentle, you might yank that loop right out. All right, so now we got our next 3. So now I'm going to grab the next 3 loops. And you'll notice that I'm very careful that I make sure that all my loops are going the same direction, that they're all nice and open. And then I grab them just like that in the middle. And then I take them and twist them. Keep that nice and open. Grab your hook, insert your hook, and do 1, 2, and 3. Just like that, and you've got just a regular twist. And as you can see, just from that little bit, you already know why it looks more complex than it really actually is. It's a very simple twist, right? All right, so I'm actually going to take those out. We're going to be very, very gentle. We're going to take those out, and I'm going to show you the variation, which is the second twist that I do. And it's so easy. It's just very similar to what we just did with this. The only difference is we're going to give it an extra twist. So very gently, we're going to make sure we have our 3 strands on the hook. I'm actually going to use my fingers. I'm going to twist once, and then I'm going to twist again. Once I got that in, make sure that you have that open. Insert our hook. Grab that working yarn, do a single crochet just to secure that in place, and then you do another 3 because we used 3 strands. Grab the next 3. We're going to twist once, then twice. Pick up a hook again. Now, I was doing some experimenting because I really wanted to see what all you can do. There are so many different variations that you can do with broomstick. This is just the start. I did try doing, it was kind of silly. I was trying to see if I could braid them, which you can, just like you would braid hair. But I noticed the end result looked kind of messy. So I was like, no, we're not going to do that. Okay, let's go one more. We're going to twist it once, then we're going to twist it again. Oops. Let's try that again. Twist it once. See that? Just that easy. I could have ripped all those out and then I would have had to start the whole row again. There's the second twist. Oh. And then we're going to secure it in place with 3 single crochets. All right, so as you can see just from that short little clip, what the difference is. So as you can see, I feel like it just kind of gives it a different, edgier kind of look, you know. It just depends on how much of a twist you want, how dramatic you want it to be. So here's just the one twist, how it looks. And I think it just is, it's a nice, subtle, but pretty. Could you imagine having a whole shawl or even a blanket would look beautiful with that twist? Might take you a little bit longer if you're using hairpin, or not hairpin. I've been doing a lot of hairpin lately. It might take you a little bit longer if you're using broomstick lace, but I think it would be just absolutely beautiful. Nice, delicate, especially if it's just like a decorative throw or something like that. That would just absolutely be gorgeous. I just had a funny thought. So I think of this as kind of the broomsticks yoga. So it's just kind of doing just a little bit of yoga, kind of twisting a little bit, kind of like a pretzel. That's how I feel when I'm trying to do yoga anyway. And there you have it, the Twisted Broomstick Lace. It's elegant, it's textured, and it definitely knows how to make an entrance. Until next time, keep those loops classy, and may your hooks never hide. We don't want them to hide.